everyone! Welcome to another STEAM Fun episode with Miss Meg and Miss Karolina.
Today we're going to be making Play-Doh.
Yes.
And the things you're going to need are flour, salt, and water, and if you want, food coloring.
And that's it. If you don't have these things at home, that's okay. You can stop by the library and pick up a kit at the front desk. But otherwise, grab this stuff at home and let's get started. If you stopped at the library and got your kit, you don't need to do any measuring. We already did it for you. But if you're following along at home with materials you already have, this is what you're going to need.
So you're going to need a cup of flour.
So 1 whole cup.
And half a cup of salt.
A half cup. And then also a half a cup of water. But that we'll do in a minute.
So first thing you're going to do is you're going to mix the flour and salt together. So we have our bowl. We're going to dump our flour in first.
Very good.
And then we're going to add our salt.
All right. So you want to mix this really, really well so that they are combined as much as possible.
Yes. Once you have a good mixture of the salt and flour, we're going to slowly add water.
All right. What do you think? Is that a good mixture, Miss Karolina?
I think so. I think we can start adding water.
All right. So Miss Karolina is going to start pouring in slowly.
And then Miss Meg is going to mix.
Yes. So mix as you go. And you want to make lumps. It's okay if you get a little bit of the stuff coming out.
Yep. Just keep mixing, keep mixing.
All right.
Eventually you're going to have big one clump.
Okay. And you can see it's starting to sort of form a dough.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we want.
Yes. Okay. All right, Miss Karolina, would you like to start mixing to make sure I got it all up?
With my hands, Miss Meg?
If you want. All right.
Now comes the messy part. If you really want to, you can use your hands to mix.
To make sure it all gets together.
Yes.
And we also have a plate, so when it's more mixed, you can put it on the plate to make your shapes and make sure it gets all rolled together. If you make cookies, this might seem sort of familiar to you.
So try to grab as much of the flour that's in the bowl together. As much as you can in the bowl.
All right.
If it seems like it's too sticky, you can add more flour. If it's too dry, you can add more water.
But don't add a whole other cup or half
No.
cup. Add a little bit at a time to see how it goes. How's it going, Miss Karolina?
Not too bad. A little sticky.
Do you need a little bit more flour?
Maybe a little bit of flour. We have flour.
All right. So we will add just a little bit of flour. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Let's see.
You don't need to add any more salt. I think the salt you have is good.
Yeah, the salt should be enough. Just flour.
The flour will help bind it all together more. once your Play-Doh is sort of formed into a lump, and it's not sticky and it's not powdery, you can add food coloring if you want. If you want different colors, break it up into different pieces.
So we're gonna do 4 colors. So I'm gonna do 4 little lumps.
So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. So I recommend 2 to 3 drops of food coloring. The more you put in, the stronger the color it'll be. So yep, make a nice little divot in the center with your finger. 2, 3 of the purple. 1, 2, 3 of the green. 1, 2, 3 of the blue. And last but not least, the pink. 1, 2, 3. Oop, a little bit more. That's okay. And then
You just fold the color in.
Fold the color in.
So if you get on your hands, it's okay. It will wash off eventually.
Food coloring does wash off, yes.
Not for a minute.
No. Purple. That's a good color.
That is a pretty color.
And let's do the green now.
Here's some pink or red.
Oh, I'm getting some purple in this green here. I don't know where the green dye went.
Uh-oh.
It's buried in the center. I feel like this will end badly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There is the purple.
There's the green.
There's the blue.
Oh, wow. We've got a yellow-green Play-Doh.
That's enough. We'll have a blue one.
And then you can play with this like you would play with regular Play-Doh. So you can build with it.
If you have little toys, you can play with those.
Now, if you keep this in the plastic bag, it will last about a week before it hardens and you'll want to throw it away. I would just dump your whole bag's worth in the garbage. Don't worry about, separating it or anything like that, because it's just flour and salt and water. So it's kind of a food substance. If you make something that you really, really like, you can bake it in the oven. And in the kits at the library, there's a sheet that tells you how much and how long to bake your creations in. Technically, you could eat this, but I would not, because it's going to be very salty.
Yes, very salty.
Because it is kind of like a dough that you could bake and eat, but really, really salty, so it won't taste good. And that is how you make your own Play-Doh at home. Oh, this one's real good.
And now you can play with it. Make sure if you do this, make sure you do it outside or in the kitchen.
Yes, and make sure you clean your hands really well when you're done. All right, thanks everybody.
Bye!
It's so sticky. Woo. It's all good.